Hey everyone, my name is Heather Havenwood and I just got back from the Modern Profits Cruise for 5 days, cruising and speaking, and I'm now the award-winning world-class speaker at Modern Profits. So I'm super excited about that, and I want to share with you a couple of lessons I learned on the Modern Profits Cruise. So check it out, modernprofitscruise.com for 2020. It's entrepreneurial cruise. But before I get started to that, I really want to share with you something that I did. I did so many things that scared me and so many things that were brand new on this cruise. And I just want to say I feel so elated. So I asked you the question, how many times do you stop yourself before you do something you're scared to do? Like really scared to do. So let me share with you a few things I did just on the cruise alone that freaked me out. Number one, I did karaoke. I know. Look, I don't sing well, right? So it freaked me out. It really scared me to do karaoke in front of my peers, right? All the people on the cruise that were there and a bunch of strangers. But I did it. Now, the video is never going to be available ever. But I did do it. I did do karaoke. That's number one. Number two, I did a photo shoot in my bikini in Bahamas on a private island. Whoa, like that is amazing. So here's when you become an influencer and an influencer entrepreneur, meaning you actually use and leverage your influence to create a message to help people, and you're able to monetize that and live a life that's incredible like I do every single day. And you get to go places like the Bahamas. You get to spend a week in East Florida visiting friends. You get to go to spend a week in Aspen, Colorado, relaxing and hanging out with a shaman. Go to New York like I did a couple weeks ago and meet Martha Stewart and Ice-T and Coco and Michael Gerber. I mean, literally the most amazing week of my life a couple weeks ago in New York City, in Carnegie Hall. I met Martha Stewart. I met Ice-T. I met Coco. You know, one of the things that Ice-T said when he was asked, Ice-T, what is the number one thing that you've learned as an entrepreneur? He goes, don't trust anybody. Now that's interesting, right? But the other thing he said is the following: don't assume someone else is going to wake up with your dream in their head. You've got to go after your dream with all your might. And that is what I highly suggest you do. Look, I'm an influencer entrepreneur, a celebrity entrepreneur, and I want to encourage you as a coach, as an author, as a speaker, as a consultant, to actually monetize what you do. Not just get on social media and share your message, but how do you actually monetize being an influencer? How do you go on a cruise for 5 days with other entrepreneurs and literally live a life that you love and create a legacy? How do you monetize? How do you actually create and be an influencer and make money? That's what I'm all about. I'm actually creating the Influencer Tribe, a community connecting a community created by and for influencers and celebrities, such that they could be in a safe place to talk about all the challenges that they go through as an influence and celebrity, but also how do they get their message out there in the world such that they are actually monetizing that message. Not just an influencer with 100,000 followers, but an influencer with 100,000 followers and making a really amazing living monetizing that influence. See, we all get influenced every single day. You and I are influenced every day by media, whatever you watch, by the TV shows you watch. When you drive down the street, what's around you, right? Your parents or your wife or your spouse or your kids, we are influenced every single day. So what does it mean to actually consciously be an influencer where you're putting out a message in the world such that you're being paid for being you? You're paid for being you. And that's what influence is all about. So back to this. So now I'm a world-class speaker, right? And I have spoken on stages at Carnegie Hall with Ice-T, Coco, Michael Gerber, Martha Stewart. I mean, truly unbelievable people. What is it like to have a life like that? I was in West Palm last week visiting a girlfriend of mine I've known literally over a decade. And she says to me, how do you live a life like this where you get just to travel and you're so free? And I said, God, Kim, I used to not be like this. I used to be stuck to my desk. I used to be, if I left my desk, I wasn't making money. If I left my desk, I wasn't going to be able to make a living. And I finally had this aha moment that you can be an influencer with a message and make a living. You can be an influencer and an entrepreneur and thrive. You can actually do that. I can actually do that. Really, no kidding. If you have a message, if you have a knowledge, you can turn that into consulting. You can turn that into something where people pay you for your information. Now, I've been in the information marketing business for many, many years, but I never really got the concept of being an influencer in your niche. There's a difference between having a product, right, and consulting to actually being an influencer and being able to influence an entire niche or industry. That's very different. And when I was at the Modern Profits Cruise getting my world-class speaker award, I was talking about the art of influence. How do you become an influencer and monetize that? So go to influencertribe.com, check me out, or heatherhavenwood.com. Heck, follow my podcast. Go check me out on iTunes or Roku or wherever you listen to podcasts. Go check it out. I'm also a nationally syndicated radio host all over the country. Go check that out. Heather Havenwood, go to iTunes and make sure you follow that. Guys, I just want to say to you, if you're scared, there's something in your life that freaks you out, and you're scared to make that switch and to do something big, do it. I was scared to go to New York and meet Martha Stewart. I mean, she's a billionaire. I was scared to go on a cruise for 5 days and worried about my business, but I did it anyway. And I met some of the most amazing people in my life that'll be friends forever. So this is what I say to you. Go out there, be more, do more, make an amazing life for yourself, and learn to be an influencer entrepreneur. Bye.